And welcome back to That Handicapping Show at bloodhorse.com. I'm Tom LaMarra, joined by Claire Novak this week. 3-year-olds in the spotlight again. We'll be looking at the Horseshoe Casino Cincinnati Racing Spiral Stakes. Long name this year. 1 1/8 miles on the polytrack, full field of 12. Interesting betting race, lots of possibilities. Claire, where do you see this race in the scheme of things concerning the Kentucky Derby in a month and a half?
Well, if you look at the field, I just don't think there's a horse in here that can win the Derby. So I'll go ahead and go on record saying that, which is rather dangerous. Pick your Derby winner out of this field
Write
now.
it down for now. Yeah, right.
But it is a good group that does have some talent. Just some horses that seem to be either a little, the ones that are more talented or have more class seem to be a little bit behind. And then the ones that have just been running at Turfway, we don't know exactly how good they are. So that's kind of the problem as far as the Derby picture goes. But yeah, a good race in and of itself as well.
All right, and local horse Mac the Man, a 2-time stakes winner at Turfway Park at 6.5 furlongs and 1 mile, trained by Jeff Greenhill and owned by his wife Sherry. A lot of interest in this horse. I believe you have him in your top 3, if not your top pick.
Yeah, he's the local favorite, and he's had experience over the track. They did keep him out of the John Battaglia, which would be the traditional lead-in to this race, and they did that just to give him some time between races because he had been running pretty consistently, a start per month, basically. So, yeah, I think he's going to probably get some money, and I'm not sure his odds will be super great, but I don't know if he'll necessarily be the favorite.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he will be the favorite either. I think that'll probably go to Uncaptured, of course, who hasn't raced since winning the Kentucky Jockey Club, a Grade 2 stakes at Churchill Downs in late November of last year. What's interesting about Mac the Man is the Brisk Prime Power ratings have Mac the Man on top of the 12 horses in the race. Uncaptured is second. So we did get a tout again by Mr. Ed DeRosa at Briss, who picked Here the Ghost a couple weeks ago. He's been talking about Mac the Man incessantly for months. I even think he has a future book bet on the horse. So anyway, Ed does like Mac the Man. I kind of like him too, mainly for one reason. There's not a lot of speed in this race on paper. And his last race at 1 mile, he did win on the lead. He's stretching out to 1 1/8 from 1 mile. Kind of dangerous. Horses will have to run with him at some point, I would imagine. And of course, the polytrack is generally fair, so I'm kind of leaning toward a closer in this race. But who else do you think may really step up here?
Well, class-wise, you do have to look at Uncaptured, and his run in the Kentucky Jockey Club, where he just got in this really stiff drive with Frack Daddy. It showed a lot of courage, a lot of determination, and we do know that he has polytrack form from Woodbine, where he was almost undefeated there except for the Gray Stakes when he got into some traffic trouble. So he showed that he could transfer the polytrack form to dirt at Churchill, so we know he likes it there. He also won the Iroquois by 5.5 lengths. And then the only concern with him, he may need a race like we had talked about. He's been training at Ocala Training Center. So I don't know. I do think that he's definitely going to figure in there. And like you said, he may be the favorite. But whether he's ready or not to win, having come back off the layup since November, is a concern. Another horse that a lot of people will be looking at is Balance the Books, who last ran 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. He has a good, strong rally in each of his wins. He really kicked in strong, and the Breeders' Cup Turf, he kind of lacked some room coming into the lane. So he's one to keep an eye on, but making his first polytrack start.
Okay, the horse that I'm looking at in this race is Fear the Kitten, trained by Mike Maker. Actually broke his maiden at Keeneland last fall in a $40,000 maiden claiming race, and was claimed out of that race by Frank Irvin. Went to the Louis Cotto barn. The horse ran a decent 5th in the Kentucky Jockey Club on dirt, and since then has run 3rd and 2nd in a pair of Grade 3s at Fairgrounds and Oaklawn Park. Maker has had a string at Turfway. He shipped this colt up about a month ago. He's had 2 really good works at Turfway. the first one on March 3rd was the best at 4 furlongs, and then a much slower work on March 10th at 5 furlongs. I think I like the way he's set up. Rosie Napravnik is riding the horse again. She rode the horse at Fairgrounds. And to answer a question by J.J. Heisel, who was on Twitter, will Fear the Kitten be 15-1? I would be shocked. I'd say maybe 8, but we'll see what happens. So Claire, you like Mac the Man?
Yeah, I'll go with our friend Ed DeRosa. You have to be a little smart when somebody gives out a winner on the show. So
All right.
Anybody who followed my picks after I picked Orb, then, kind of.
Exactly. All right.
Well, no, the next time wasn't so good. But that's
It
how
happens.
It goes.
Real quick, there are 2 other stakes on the card. The Grade 3 Fathead Bourbonette Oaks, sponsored this year, Grade 3 at 1 mile for 3-year-old fillies, another full field. I would have to say that Pure Fun from the Ken McPeak barn looks pretty tough, having won the Grade 1 Hollywood Starlet on a synthetic surface last year at Hollywood Park. And possible price is number 12, Awesome Maria, 2 for 2, including a maiden win at Turfway.
Awesome Mama.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Claire. Awesome Mama.
I was like, wait, isn't she
Not
retired?
to be confused with the
Awesome
retired
Maria.
Awesome Maria. The Team Valor Rushaway Stakes, also sponsored this year, mile and 16th. Crop Report, interesting horse, actually owned by Team Valor International, trained by Graham Motion. Looks like he has some class, nice third in an allowance race on the turf last time at Gulfstream. Maker has a horse in here, JJ Got Even, 2 for 2. Nice allowance win at 1 mile at Turfway last time. Again, another horse with nice works. I thought he ran a really good race on the stretch out, and I think he could be right there. So we thank Briss for the past performances, and we thank the questions and comment on Twitter. For Claire, I'm Tom. Enjoy the weekend. We wish you the best wagering on the races, and we'll see you next time on That Handicapping Show.